guys, welcome aboard. Should be a fun little hot flight tonight, today. We're actually going from Palm Springs over to Death Valley, so no screwing around over here. Let's jump into the cockpit and get ourselves going over here. I think the first thing I got to do is bring up my chart. That would help, huh? All right, we're going to go and get our covers and all that stuff off. So chocks off, covers off. I'll get rid of that. We'll put our headsets on. There we go. Looking good. We'll get battery 1 and 2 on. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. Here's just the way I'm starting mine. All right, we'll get the radios on over here. Now, weather-wise, it's clear the whole way. I don't even think we're going to see one cloud. We might see a couple just over the hills here because we're in Palm Springs. So there's a little bit of marine layer there by the coast, but we're not going anywhere near it. We're heading out to the desert from the desert, so it should be kind of fun here. Let's see here. Let's get everything initialized here. We'll go to utilities. Going to go to initialize. Do our system test here.
Higher.
And that looks good.
Higher. Stall.
All right, that looks good. As far as initial fuel, I think 149 gallons is going to be good here. Weight and balance, we're all good there. Let's just punch in our flight plan here really quick. We're kind of going basically VFR here. It's about 100. I forgot. Let me take a look exactly. It is 158 miles, so it's a little bit longer than some of our other flights, right? Yeah, yep, that's what I've got on there. So we'll be going up to, what's our heading here? Heading one, no, hold on. I think we're going to be going up to like 16,000 feet. We'll figure it out over here. So let's just punch in Palm Springs, PSP, Palm Springs. We'll enter that. Let me zoom in here for you a little bit. The destination is Furnace Creek Airport, and that's L06. There we go, Furnace Creek. Pretty much a straight shot right over there. Now, as far as procedures, like I said, there's VFR as far as approaches over here. Let's see what they got. Just visual. That's it. So we're not even going to bother with any of that. We'll go ahead and cancel that. No real departures out of here. All right, we'll go back there and we'll accept that. Now then, we'll come over here, we'll go speed bugs, all on here, get all that stuff set up. Let's get our checklist on over here. And I'm actually should have done this before the stream, but on my Navigraph charts here, I'm just going to throw everything up in there. So let me go KPSP. We'll add that as a departure, and we'll see if L06, Furnace Creek, that's the destination there. There we go. Yeah, so 159 nautical miles, and we will be sort of westward, just barely. Here's what it looks like that. Palm Springs all the way up to L06. You can see we're actually going past Las Vegas here, or, farther than Las Vegas from Palm Springs. That's what I meant. There. All right. And we'll see what the weather's all like that. But as far as Palm Springs weather, what do we got here? Winds out of the east at 5. So I think we're going to take off heading north and just do a straight shot right there. Altimeter 2984. So let's go ahead and set that right now. All right. There we go. All right. So pre-flight inspection is complete. Doors are latched. Parking brake is on. Battery 1 and 2 are on. We're going to put Gen 1 and 2 on. No external GPU, FADAC channel 1, strobe lights, and CAS messages we don't have. Kind of double-clicked it there. Thrust lever set to, I was checking my thrust lever there. It's all good. We're going to hold our brakes. And before we start our engines here, let's just make sure we got everything else looking good. That's good. We're going to map there. All right, we're good. Get rid of that. And we can hear our fuel pump. And no other cast messages. Everything else looks good. Let's go ahead and start up. And yeah, just taking a look at the chat right there. Good morning, everybody. This should be a nice flight. A little bit slightly longer than what I've been doing recently. Like I said, it's 160 miles or so. All right, fuel pump, everything's good. We pressed that. Everything looks good over here for the engines. No ice protection here needed. And let's get some air on here because it's already getting toasty. All right, GPU, we're going to put oxygen and bleed on at the same time. As far as our instruments, let me hop over here onto my stream deck. Altitude, what did I say? 16,000 feet should do us. Let me crank that up. Yep, right there, 16,000 feet, and since we're kind of going VFR, we'll go 16,500 feet. I'm going to hit flight level change and heading hold to start out here. All right, so avionics are all set. Cap's been removed. You guys have been briefed. You know where we're going, Death Valley. It's going to be hot. Get your seatbelts on. I already got the air on, and comm and everything is good. We got our AIRBUS. We set our altimeter, transponder, not bothering, VFR, altitude, and initial heading and everything is set. Flight controls are free and correct. And let's get our trim tab set for a +5 today. And flaps 50%. No electronic roll trim. We're not pushing a toga button. And no cast messages other than the brake. Everybody sit down, parking brake. We will check the brakes when we start rolling here. So before takeoff is that. Let's get out of here. So we're sitting at Atlantic, and let's see here. We're going to be taking off right there, 3-1 right. Let's release the brakes. Do a quick spin around right here by this guy. Seems to always be in my way. I hope everybody's doing good there for a Wednesday. Like I said, this is pretty much what it's like here today. Hot. Granted, I'm not in a desert. I am in Southern California. We're having a little bit of our first real heat for the season is starting. Really started yesterday. It feels like. All right, before we take off right over here, let's finish our checklist. Let's see. So, departure briefing, straight out, basically. That's where we're going. We've got our landing light on. Probe heat on. Where is that? There we go. Oh, no. We already had it on. Go figure. Ice protection, not going to need it. That's for sure. No cast messages. Trim, flaps, everything's good. We're going to do a normal takeoff over here, and sit right there. I'm just going to go full screen for the departure. All right, let's get out of here. I should time myself there. Let's see. I'm not quite sure how long it takes. I try to go as fast as I can through the checklist. Let's line up with the runway right here because I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to sync my heading bug. Right about there is good. Hit sync. All right. We'll bring the power up to about 50 and let it stabilize, and then bring it the rest of the way. All right, takeoff power is set. Airspeed's alive. There's 60. And 90. Let's rotate. Get that little crosswind there, always kicks me. All right, positive rate, gear up. And we're at 120. Let's get the flaps up. I'm going to go ahead and bring my power down just a little bit here manually. We're going to kind of fly it by hand here a little bit. I usually just engage the autopilot, you know, but I want to get a little bit of stick time here on today's flight. Going to make our turn around by Palm Springs. Bring my heading back around here right about to north, and now I'll engage autopilot and auto throttle. Looking good. Flight level change, and we're on heading hold here. I'm going to hit nav. We should start picking up our nav here. It thinks I should turn just a little bit more to pick it up. All right, let's bring the volumes down there a little bit. So nice little shot out of here. I said we normally don't fly out this way unless we're going to like Vegas or something like that from Southern California, but rarely out of just Palm Springs right here. Take a look off here through the Banning Pass there, heading out towards LA. There's our airport back behind the tail, and let's see what else we see down there. Not much. And it's kind of interesting. I should buy some land over here because I'm sure this is all going to get built up, which it's kind of already starting to here a little bit. Alright, let's hop back inside just to make sure we got our, yeah, we're on FMS here, so picked up our course here. Climb is looking good. We're going to 16,500, and should be there by the time we get to that blue line right there. Zoom out here a little bit. As far as airports along the way, not much here, just a couple. Now, I have not flown into Furnace Creek at all, so while we're climbing out over the hills over here, let's take a little closer look at it here. Bring this over, and I'll make it smaller. There we go. You can kind of enjoy some of the view here. So Furnace Creek, what do we got here? Yeah, field elevation minus 210 feet. That's right. So we're below sea level there. I think it's Furnace Creek is the lowest public use airport in the country. Is Furnace Creek, where we're heading right there. Let's take a look at the runways. We got runway 15 and 3,000, just over 3,000 feet long, so should be pretty good. What do they got for the weather here? Variable winds at light. That's probably going to start picking up by the time we get there. Clear as usual. Already hot, 32 degrees Celsius, and an altimeter setting 2998. I'm going to go ahead and set that in our global weight. I forgot, we're not going to standard, so I'm not going to set it. If we went up to standard, then I could preset the next altimeter setting there. And I'm going to hop over here, check my chat. There we go. So we got a couple folks there. Like I said, hello. Hope you guys are all doing good. Oh, it's a big flight plan down here, huh? Direct, baby. Now, if we take a look at our flight plan down here, I am going to set a 0 AGL. Kind of funny because we're going below sea level, but we're going to 0 AGL for an altitude. We'll acknowledge that. Yeah, there we go. Minus 212 feet. That should be interesting. So that way, once we actually get to 16,500, we should get our time to top of descent here. And just enjoy the view here coming out of Palm Springs. I'm gonna grab a little bit of coffee there. Spooled up. Hello, how you doing? Yes, the Vision Jet is payware, but if you're not in a rush, apparently, yeah. So the Vision Jet is done by a company called Flight FX, and it's not a lot. It's like $24 US, and but if you can wait, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, which should be coming out sometime soon here, before the end of the year, apparently, I would think, is actually going to include it as a default, one of the default airplanes. So, if you really want to wait, you don't want to spend $25 or whatever it is for it, you can hold off there. Let's see here. I'm going to take a look at my chart really quick. Yeah, looking up towards Big Bear there. Oh, there we go. We got Big Bear. Let's take a closer look here. There we go. Big Bear Airport right over here. Big Bear Lake. I know I've mentioned it before, but every summer, especially when it's hot, field elevation here at Big Bear is like what, 6,752. People fly up here from the LA Basin or wherever. They're not used to flying into high altitude airports. A lot of times they'll come in here in the summertime, and then it's hot too. And they'll try to take off, not calculate their, usually they're overloaded with their, weight, because when you're hot and high, you gotta reduce your weight. Sometimes they're overloaded, so they take off and flop into the lake there. And there's the only clouds we're going to see today on today's flight, the marine layer of what's left of it down there through the LA Basin. Traditionally an X-plane guy. Yeah, moved to flight sim. That's the way I did it. I mean, if you look at my channel, I was doing X-plane, a lot of X-plane flights and stuff like that. And then, when Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 came out, I switched over. Yeah, there's not a ton of really expensive planes for Microsoft. I know the planes in X-plane can be expensive. Like I spent a lot. I have several payware airplanes, and they're we always had the Zebo, which was free. That was nice. But then the A320 and the 757, and then I had the 737, 200, I think. And then a slew of G8 planes, and each one seems to cost like at least $50 plus. So $24 for the Vision Jet. But it's just a fun little plane to fly. It's really easy to fly. So if you're maybe intimidated, if you're just flying, Cessnas or something, and you're a little intimidated on, picking up like the Phoenix Airbus A320, or like the PMDG 737s or anything like that. If you want something easy to fly, Vision Jet. I picked it up just for the heck of it, just because I really wanted the G3000 avionics package. I just wanted to kind of play with that, and watched a few real world guys flying the Vision Jet, and was like, yeah, that's kind of a fun little. I can go a little bit farther than just your standard Cessna, 172 sort of thing. It's comparable to like the range and altitude and speed and everything for the Vision Jet is almost identical to the TBM. So if you've flown the TBM, same sort of flight profile. So, but it's a jet, and you get the G3000 avionics, so it kind of makes it a little bit more fun. And I think it's a great plane for a Microsoft Flight Simulator too, because as a G8 plane, because it's like we do a lot of sightseeing, right? And so if you're a sightseeing guy, you want to go fly into strange airports and look at the geography and all that stuff. You don't have to keep fiddling with the airplane. You pretty much just set everything up, run through your checklists and all that, and it's easy. You can kind of leave the plane here and then just enjoy the scenery. Yeah, the toeless Airbuses. Yep. Are you flying VR? Yeah. I thought about doing VR, but when I did try it, it kind of just made me a little dizzy. It made me like, and I'm a real world pilot too, so go figure. Put the VR on and I start getting, airsick. Yeah, the Seneca's nice. I've been watching a few guys flying that. I've been thinking about picking that up just for a little old school kind of thing. All right, well, what do we got here? Let's take a little closer look. Now that we've popped up to our cruise altitude, we got just over 12 minutes to top a descent. And double check everything looks good. We never went through our checklist, but hey, whatever. We're at 16,500. What was our altimeter setting there? I'm going to go ahead and actually, Barstow, we're going to be coming right by Barstow here in a minute. Oh, we need to talk. Their altimeter is 2989, so let's go ahead and set that. Kind of inching up here as we go. There we go, 2989. And then, what was I going to look at here? I don't recall. Oh, total flight time. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So, 1642 Zulu destination. 1642. I'm going to look at my clock. 16:42. So, yeah, about, what is that? 20 minutes or so. I got my new Zulu clock. Let me see. Can you see it? There it is. Back behind me there. Got my old school Zulu clock. Yeah, I've watched people streaming VR, and it's hard to watch as a viewer, I mean, if you're doing it yourself, then it's fine. But it's almost like if you're trying to watch it on screen, somebody else doing it, it's a little too, it's a little bit too all over the place. Which is why you never see a lot of guys, at least I don't see a lot of guys streaming VR. Cool, got your PPL too. Yeah, it's funny, I just recently, I don't even know if I have it laying around here, still have my license out here. I haven't gotten any new ratings or anything. I haven't flown in quite a little while. But I had my license, and I had the original paper one. that I had laminated, but it was all kind of crusty and tore up from getting crunched in my wallet for the last few decades. And so I just recently submitted it. You went to the FAA, .gov, and so I'm getting the nice plastic credit card type of license finally. All right, let's see. We should see. Yeah, there's Daggett down below us, and Barstow back behind it. Yes, Barstow off in the distance there. Yeah, there's Barstow. There's our rail yard. Unfortunately, it's kind of fuzzy right there. We got a smaller rail yard right here. There's Daggett Airport. And I think actually, are we going right over? Yeah, we're going to pretty much fly right over Fort Irwin and Bicycle Lake, which we flew into. There we go. We're actually going to fly right over Fort Irwin. There's Bicycle Lake off in the distance here. Now let's see where we got 8 minutes. 8 minutes to top a descent, and just checking our stuff here. We got a 2-knot tailwind, or at least we got a tailwind of some sort. 2 knots, and ground speed 297. And since that's we're going direct here, this is saying estimated timing route here just below 19 minutes until we're on the ground. We got we got 93 nautical miles to go here. Double checking my sound levels here. So we got a few minutes to play around here. Let's see what else we can do here in the plane. No, that's all good. We'll just make sure our VNAV is ready to go. It's kind of cool too. You can come back here. You can go to Waypoint Airport. And there we go. We've already got that right there. And then you can get no METAR there. Go figure. But it gives you all the information frequencies for the airport. Charts, if any, none available, although it's given us something. Phoenix, no, that's wrong chart. Runways, and no procedures there. Let me see, what was I going to do here? We're coming up to Fort Irwin. We're going to pop out and have a little look-see there once we get closer. I can tell you it's hot down here. I mean at Fort Irwin. If you watched my other stream, we flew in here and I was talking about I was Air Force, and so but I was combat weather, and so we did a lot of support for Army and all that stuff. So anyway, I used to come up here a couple times and do weather forecasting for the box, which is all of this crap out here. You guys would go out there with doing all their maneuvers and exercises and everything like that. And occasionally we'd go out there too, and it's just hot as heck over here. It was a good, you were lucky if instead of going into the box with all your gear and everything else, everything packed up like you're going to war, and it's 110 degrees out here or hotter, you were lucky if you got to hang out at Bicycle Lake here in the air-conditioned little, building and do some weather forecasting. All right, I'm gonna turn my sound volume down here a little bit I'm gonna turn it all the way off. I'll pop outside because I'm gonna take a little bit closer look here from the outside. There we go. I guess I could do drone view. Let's do that. Although I can't tilt my drone down. That's the only thing. Yep, wrong one. Didn't want that. So cockpit. Okay. External. There we go. Yeah, there's a little building right there I used to work out of. And the main base here. All the housing off to the, the west side here. And this is, what should I say? Freeware scenery that I picked up for a bicycle lake. It's pretty neat. When you get closer there's a couple of Apaches and Black Hawks all along here. You can't see them from our altitude. All right, we got 4 minutes to top a descent. Boy, minus 200 feet. So our final descent altitude. In a jet, normally it's 1,500 feet for traffic pattern altitude, so that would minus 200 would be 1,300 feet. So I'm going to go crank down 1,300 feet per traffic pattern altitude here. All right, 1,300 plus 2. Okay, good enough. And then I'm going to hit VNAV, and then you can see our path is our next item that's going to come up. We should start descending here in about 3 minutes. Now let's see here. We could probably see, you can kind of see Vegas, I think, right? Let me see here. I think that's Vegas right back here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're flying over the box right now. Some of the other stuff they did over here with this scenery, they've got a couple of things modeled here. Like here's one of the sort of, Baghdad-ish sort of cities that they built right here, and that's where we did do a lot of exercises and stuff like that. Going through the Middle Eastern desert-ish type little towns and stuff, and so you can actually fly over that and take a quick look. Got a couple of, looks like camp base out here. I haven't done a lot of flying around here just to see what there is, other than flying a couple approaches into a bicycle lake here. So I saw that they had that, and I think they've got all the trails and everything else, all the, I call them tank trails, but couple of ranges over here. Sometimes there's still a little oddball building there. Your son just left the Air Force Special Ops to become an instructor. Moving to port. I'm sorry. I hate how this thing does this. It puts that stupid little heart, so I can't see what port in California. Port. Is it Wainini? What is it? Here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to say teep teep, just to move your comment up. There we go. Port H in California. What is Port H? Is that Wainini? All right, got just about a minute here. Yeah, Port Wainini. Okay, now that's where I was. Out of before I retired. Well, Channel Islands is where I was. Channel Islands Air National Guard. I was part of the weather unit there. Well, actually, it's Channel Islands, part of Point Magoo, but same sort of. Same location there. Alright, there's our top of descent. I don't think we have to worry about over-speeding here. Ooh, look at that. You know, I don't think I've ever flown out here in Flight Simulator. That's why I'm doing this. And that's why I like the Vision Jet, so we can kind of hop in and out of little out-of-the-way podunk places. Actually, there is one place I downloaded the scenery for it, and I wasn't going to be going to Furnace Creek today. I was going to be going to the Chicken Strip. And it says, yeah, he is going to live at Point Mugu. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's where all the housing is there. Just got there yesterday. Cool. Yeah. It's a nice, it's kind of just far enough away from LA to be, you know, sort of a nice little location. Very agricultural, everything right there. But you're close enough to, like, you can go to, you know, anywhere LA, everything within, like, I don't know, 40 minutes or so. But I was saying, yeah, Chicken Strip, someplace out here. And unfortunately, it's not depicted on VFR charts. I'm looking to see if we're going to go anywhere near it. I think we are. I think it's coming up. Let me see. There's a big valley. I'm looking to see general location. I think Chicken Strip is out here. I'm going to have to find it because it's one of those funny things, like I said. So it's a little tiny strip that wasn't an official airport. But, you know, pilots, you know, sort of bushy pilots, they wanted to do some bush flying out here. There's some hot springs there, and somebody flew in there and just kind of cleared out a little bit of a strip, you know, way back in the 60s or something. And then it was sort of a little, you know, out of the way destination. If you were adventurous, you could fly out there and go take a dip in the hot springs. There's a little hot springs that they made a little pool and everything. Matter of fact, let's see here. Here we go. Chicken Strip. Chicken Strip Airport is what I want. Let's look at images here. Yeah, here we go. We'll do this. There we go. Here's the Chicken Strip. There's the runway. There's the little hot springs you can go to. They put up a little sign. There's like almost nothing there. But yeah, see, oh, that's not a good picture, is it? Yeah, so somebody brought in some concrete. They kind of made this little spot right here. You can go hang out there, camp, you know, overnight. Anyway, it's someplace. I downloaded it, but since it's not depicted anywhere, I got to do some flying around here to figure out exactly where the heck it is. Can't remember if it's, yeah, well, like I said, I gotta go find it, which is the only reason we're not going there today. All right, let's see. So we're going to be landing. We go right down here through Death Valley. I think the airport's over here on the north side, right over there. Let's we got 33 nautical miles to go. I'm looking at my chart here just to see where Chicken Strip is. Actually, Chicken Strip might be, yeah, there's Stovepipe, Lone Pines. All right, no, actually Chicken Strip might be actually farther out over on the other side of this little range here to the north. Well, when I find it, that might be one of the other flights we do. Man, I gotta fly out here a little bit more often. This is like some nice scenery. Never flown in here in real life. I mean, I've flown into Bicycle Lake, not myself, but in the back of a C-130. that. Looking good. Oh, I think I'm on ultra settings too here. So we're getting the maximum that Flight Sim has to offer here. Yeah, and this is officially the Death Valley. So Southside Death Valley National Park. So let me bring the map over here. Make that a little bit bigger. Alright, so yeah, here's where we are, right here, flying over the dry lake right here. So, oh, what is that? Owl's Head Mountain. I don't actually even know, what constitutes Death Valley, other than it says Death Valley through here, Death Valley National Park up here. But they don't, at least I don't see the geographical boundary of Death Valley, unless that's it right here. Maybe that is it. Maybe all of this is Death Valley, all the way up to here. Yeah, I think that is it. Yeah, Eureka Valley. Usually this little line with the dotted line depicts sort of, areas like that. All right. Enough of that. Let's actually look at it. We came here to fly in and check this place out. Look at that, looking nice. Well, like I said, I have not flown into the airport here, and I just downloaded it, and Benjamin, my dog, is excited for the landing here. He wants to go take a dip into the hot springs at Chicken Ranch, but we're not going there, Ben, sorry. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I haven't flown in. I downloaded it from flightsim.to. And took this screenshot for the thumbnail. All right. Ooh, look at that. That looks neat. I guess they get some water through here. All right, let's get into the cockpit here. Let's see what we're doing. We got 12 miles to go. We're still at 250 knots. I'm going to go ahead and start slowing down. We'll go autopilot here, and yeah, I'm actually going to go down to 168-ish. Okay, there we go. We'll get slowed down. Now the airport was. Let's go back here. Airport. What did we have for runways? 15 and 33. So, let's see here. Where's 15? 15 and 33. I guess we can land at 33, pretty much straight ahead. That makes sense. All right, there's 177. I'm going to go first notch of flaps here. We're like 9 miles out. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go autopilot off. We'll just hand fly it in here. We are VFR here today. Now, I still don't see the airport, but let me zoom in here a little bit. It says it is dead ahead. All right. We might have to overfly it just until I see it. And we're heading down to 1,300 feet, 1,000 feet to go. Okay, I think I see the airport right there. Yep, that's it right there. So we'll make a straight in runway 33. Or we can do a little bit of sightseeing here too, you know. Yeah, I think that'll be the next flight. I have a pretty nice little arrival here, at least a visual to 3-3 right through that, well, through Death Valley. It looks hot, don't it? All right, we got 5 miles here. Let's go gear down. Or just about 5 miles. Let's get lined up here for our final approach into Death Valley. Furnace Creek. What do we got? 3 miles. All right, we'll start getting slowed up over here. How's our winds? Yeah, winds are looking pretty good. We should have, I know on the observation they were sort of variable or something. What were they showing? Yeah, variable at 4, but at least right here, you can see we're getting 350. All right, there's, let's go full flaps. Got 125 knots. A little bit of a crosswind there component, but the 3 knots, not that much. Alright, let's see, flight director can go off. We don't need to keep looking at that. Oh, by the way, if anybody's interested in buying the airplane here, I do this with all my airplanes. So when I buy a new airplane, even an X-plane or a flight sim, I know it's fun to fly with all these sort of electronics and everything, but the first thing I do is I take it out to an airport and I just hand fly, do touch and goes with it and get the kind of feel for it. I see so many streamers who are flying, but they're really just flying the avionics, and as soon as they turn the avionics off, they have no clue how to handle the airplane. Alright, we'll touch down here and turn off to the right, it looks like. I'll watch me crash the plane after saying that. Alright, welcome to Furnace Creek here. Yeah, I think that's where we're going, right there. Laps up. Get her slowed down over here. We'll go Pro Pete off. A cool little spot here. I'm going to taxi up down to the sign, then we'll pop up and just kind of look around a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Any airplane I get, I literally hand fly it doing touch and goes. Airliner, Airbus A320, 737, whatever it is, that's the best way to figure out, you know, how the plane handles. If you can do that, and you don't even have to spend a ton of time on it, just a little bit. Alright, let's go shut everything down over here. Bleed off. Do a quick shutdown, generators off. Alright, batteries off over here. And just for the fun of it, I know I clicked GSX, so it's trying to... I've never done this on the stream here because, I don't know. Just never have. You can actually open the door here. So let me back up a little bit. There we go. So we got to do that. What do we got to do? Push button to exit. Which button? Push that button? Oh, that button. We're shut down. I can't get out. To exit, push the button, rotate handle. Oh, you know what? I probably have to put my chocks on. That's probably what I got to do here. Let's do that. Just for the heck of it. And then we're going to jump outside. Get the headset off. Let's get the chocks on. No covers or anything like that. All right, now let's see if I can get back there. I think that's like a requirement before it lets you open a door. Oh, that is so weird. Why is it not doing it? I don't know what button it wants me to push. All right, anyway, let's jump out and go take a look at the airport here. I was going to open a door, and of course now it's not opening. So we got a little bit. Wait, hold on. Push the right button there. Got a little sign there, Death Valley National Park. That's some dude wandering back and forth. Furnace Creek Visitor Center, 1 mile, huh? So, let's see what else we got here. We got a truck. Ooh, some cactuses. I think some of this is all modeled with the scenery. Look at that. You don't really see the cactuses modeled elsewhere. Whoa. Now, there's a few other things that I don't have all the libraries. There's like 5 libraries of objects and stuff like that that you can get with the scenery. And I think it adds a few more things. Nice little out-of-the-way spot, though. You can stop over here and check out the rocks and the cactuses, right? And the dumpsters. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that flight for today. A nice little hop over here to check out Death Valley. I'm going to cut it right here, and I'll see you guys in the next stream, probably Friday or something like that. And who knows, if we find chicken strip, or if I find chicken strip over here in Death Valley, maybe I'll do a stream for that one. Take care, guys. Have a good time. Have a good rest of your week is what I meant to say there.